This is the Draft League Week 3 matchup, I believe, between Lan and Lant, not to be confused with one another. I'm currently extremely tired and sore, therefore I will not be trying my best with the commentary. I apologize in advance. It is currently week 4, however, both Lan and Lant have gotten an extension to Tuesday, aka today, when the day was or when this is being uploaded, and are now battling. I do not have Lant's team on me, but I have Lan's. Lant has brought Dragodine and Solbers, Copper Age, who is playful, Boonery, who is just an information demon, Taoshinu, Thamin, Wiki, and Sinogre. Sinogre obviously Shakedown. It also has Ignorant, Safeguard, many useful moves, as well as Spite. Lant starts off with Grimuline and Land Torch, as Land starts off with Dragodine and Taoshinu. Now this Taoshinu can set up something like an Augment, which is very useful. Or it can set up... Or it... what else can it do? I'm actually not sure. Dragodine can either use Jet Stream, which is super effective, into either of these Lumions, or Dodge. We do see Land decide to Soul Burst his Dragodine, which means we'll be waiting in suspense for what the other three Lumions on the field will be able to do. I'm going to assume that this Dragodine will be dodging in order to dodge a potential Wildfire. Martial Pearl Taoshinu tanks the Preemptive Strike, as Land Torch Fire Breath deals large amount of damage over to the Dragodine. Taoshinu flinches and cannot move. Dragodine, of course, can once again dodge, just evading death, as Grimuline is now free to Rogue Assault or Vital Jab into this Taoshinu, as it will be doing super effective damage without the Martial Pearl cutting it in half. Due to it being Preemptive Strike, I'm going to assume that it is not a specialty item, as Grimuline does just use Rogue Assault into the Taoshinu, not picking up KO. Wow, that makes both incredible. Land Torch Gamma Pulse should be picking up a double KO, and yes it will. But it's good to know that the Taoshinu is able to survive a Rogue Assault from this Grimuline, and that this is an incredibly fast Land Torch, although it's not a specialty item, therefore it's probably just a very nimble one. See the Wiki and the coverage. Obviously, two support mons versus the demons that are Grimuline and Land Torch. Obviously, I don't think these guys will be surviving a very long time. It'll probably just be in Land's best interest to rest with both of them. However, Copper Age does decide to Safeguard due to the potential of a Gamma Pulse. But no, it just Fire Breaths into Wiki. As Wiki faints. Game 1 goes to Lant as a 4-0. Going to a game 2 now. I have no idea what the hell is going to be the adjustment for Lan. Maybe it's playing a bit safer with the Dragodine potentially dodging on it, and the Taoshinu evading the potential of Preemptive Strike proccing the Martial Pearl. Grimuline and Cardrone as a separate lead from Lant. And then we see the Taoshino and the Drigdine once again coming out from land. Taoshino swapping out into the Copperage. As we do see the Drigdine Soul Burst once again. Drigdine going into its Temperane form as Dormulon Preemptive Strike goes into the Copperage and procs the Rageful plushie. And then Playful shares its stats with the Dragodine. This is a +2 Dragodine now. As Dragodine Gnarly Gash into the Garchomp still is not picking up a KO. The Fire Breath also is not picking up a KO anytime soon. And now I'm wondering if this Grimmulon has any moves that can hit this Dragodine. Obviously, Grimmulon learns Luster moves. However, I doubt that it'll be able to pick up KO onto this Dragodine. Wiki swapping in for the Copperage, healing up 25% of Dragodine's HP. Grimmulon uses a Briar Block protecting itself from any attack as Gnarly Dash goes into the Garchomp and KO, bringing this Dragodine to +3. This is a melee Dragodine. Lant sends out Glacedia. Glacedia will be able to outspeed this Dragodine, considering that it is most likely a smart nimble set due to Lantorch being able to outspeed it. Unless Lantorch is just genuinely faster, which I do not remember it being. However, it very much so could be. Wiki uses Bait. Glacedia uses Frost Breath, lowering the speeds of both, but not quite picking up a KO onto the Dragodine. As both of their speeds fall, Rogue Assault from the Grimmulon onto the Wiki, also not picking up a KO. As Gnarly Dash goes to the Glacedia, not quite picking up a KO. I need like a counter for how many times I've said not quite picking up a KO this game, or this set. Obviously, both the Glacedia and the Grimmulon outspeed the two of them, which makes me think that this Glacedia is Boots, actually. And Frost Breath will be able to pick up a KO onto both the Wiki and the Dragodine, and if not, the Grimmulon will be able to outspeed the Wiki and be able to kill it. Taoshino swaps in for the Dragodine. As Gnarly Dash goes into Taoshino, bringing it to about half HP. Rogue Assault will kill from that range, as we learned from the previous game. So see the Copperage swap in. Now this could be very bad for the Taoshino, due to the Copperage Playful doing it. Oh, Glacedia is just really fast. Okay, I did not realize that. Wow, Land's Pokemon are tanky. Holy. If this becomes a speed booster Dragodine, things could get really dicey. So there's about a 1 in 5? Yeah, 1 in 5 chance for Lant to essentially win this game? Potentially? Copperage uses Safeguard, Zadia Draco Beam goes into the Copper Age, goes into the Taoshinu, not quite picking up the KO, but lowering its range attack partially, as Gnarly Gash does go into the Copper Age, critical hit taking off the KO, as Taoshinu dissipates. Brings in the Dragodine, which gets the speed boost! And this Grimuline is out of energy, and it is faster than the Glacedia. As Taoshinu gets a range defense raise. Grimuline waits out this turn. Dragodine dodges. As Glacedia uses dodge. And Taoshinu uses Body Slam into the Grimuline, bringing it to about half HP. But this is the confirmation that we needed, that Lant's Dragodine is faster than the Glacedia. And that the Glacedia is faster than the Grimuline, which means that the Dragodine is faster than the Grimuline as well, and this Grimuline should not have priority, otherwise it would have used it. Dragodine Egg Onslaught doesn't pick up a KO onto the Grimuline. So while this is +2, it will not be picking up a KO, and will be knocked out in return. Game 2 goes to Lant 2-0. GG, well played.